Today, we are going to read The Princess and the Pea. Anyone's favorite story? A prince is looking for a princess to marry, but he is not very clever. He can't work out who's the real princess and who isn't, because they didn't have internet back then. That is until a possible princess rocks up one night at the palace, dripping wet in the middle of a thunderstorm. She doesn't even have an umbrella. I'm a real princess, honest. The queen is not convinced. She decided to test whether this soggy girl is the real deal. How does she do it? By checking whether her mom and dad are royal? Nope. By looking up in her royal book of real princesses? That would be too easy. Instead, the queen puts a pea in the bottom of her bed to see if she can feel it. And then piles 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds on top. If she can feel the pea and pass my cunning pea test, then she's a real princess. The next morning, the possible princess says she couldn't sleep a wink and is bruised all over because of something uncomfortable in her bed. It must have been the pea, and that means she must be a real princess. The prince and now absolutely definitely real princess get married and live happily ever after. Hang on a fairy tale minute. This cunning pea test doesn't make any sense. Just how high was this bed that the queen made? A long time ago, before even your grandma was born, mattresses were tough cloth sacks filled with rough wood or horsehair, about the height of a cereal box. Feather beds were sheets filled with feathers, a bit like a duvet, but they were stuffed firmly, so would be similar height to a mattress. There were 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds, so 20 plus 20 equals 40 cereal box high. That's almost the same height as 2 giraffes. The poor princess must have needed an enormous trampoline to get up to her bed. This princess seems to bruise very easily. Is she okay? Older people bruise more easily because human skin gets thinner as it gets older. A woman bruises more easily than men, and so do people who aren't eating healthily and getting the right vitamins. So maybe this princess was really a 90-year-old woman who ate too much sweets and refused to eat her peas. Panometer. Nobody could really feel a pea through 2 giraffes worth of mattresses and feathers. Could they? Good question. You need to do the Princess Bottom Pants Sensitivity Test. All you need is a wooden chair, the head of a Lego person, or a dried pea if you have one, and some pants, preferably clean. Put the Lego head on the wooden chair and sit on it. Test whether you can feel it through a pair of pants. Then put another pair of pants and see if you can feel it. Add more and more pants until you can't feel it anymore. How many pants did you get to? The end of the story.